doing something I have been wanting to do for a while, and that is a video for the front splits. Now, watch this video, or if you want to practice your splits, make sure you warm up first. Minimum 5 minutes, if not 10 or more. Just try to break even a little bit of a sweat. Make sure you're warm, especially in the lower half, before you practice your splits, ideally, to save your body, save your muscles, avoid injury, avoid pulling and tearing, all that stuff. This video is actually, there are tons of videos online about splits. This is about how to be as comfortable as you can be while you're trying to get down into your splits. So that's something when I was trying to get my splits, I didn't really find enough of online, was that. All the little tips and tricks and stuff you can use to help you relax in your splits. Because when you're not all the way down, you may have to hold yourself up so that you don't feel the pain, and then you're still trying to relax your muscles at the same time. And it's just hard to do that when you're not able to relax. So we're going to just go over different things that I personally used while I was just working my way down into the full splits. So don't be alarmed by all the stuff. Just, you use what you have. If you happen to have a yoga bolster cushion, that's great. If you have yoga blocks, that's great. But big sturdy textbooks could work if you don't have, yoga blocks. I don't actually have a bolster cushion right now, so I have just different shaped cushions. And then I have a couple of chairs here as well. I have a mat. My mat's kind of thicker, so you might want to do it on a carpet. If you don't have a carpet, don't worry, because we have other things I'm going to talk about. So I'm going to use, on my right side, I can get into my full splits. On my left side, it depends on the day. So I'm going to use my left side as the example of not all the way down. And then, well, I don't really need to use my right side, because when you're all the way down, you're all the way down. It's not quite as uncomfortable. You don't have to hold yourself up. So for anybody that's, way, don't forget you have to be patient when you're trying to get your splits. But, if you're way away from the splits, that's okay. It's going to take time. So when you're higher in your splits journey, like way up here, you want to find ways to get as comfortable as you can. Obviously, this is not very comfortable. So if you're really high up, you can go, maybe you're next to a couch. You can use a couch for one side of this, and then a chair on the other, or ideally they're kind of similar height for both of these. But basically, I don't want to block the camera, but if you put your arms up on two chairs, you might not want to use the mat for this. My mat's pretty thick and in the way, so let me just get this on out of here. Let me just face you. So you get the general idea. So you would prop yourself up. You want to make sure they don't slide away from you, but you would prop yourself up onto chairs. And you want to find a comfortable height for the chairs so your arms can rest on them. So it depends how long your legs are, how tall you are, how low the chairs are. These are actually kind of a bit lower chairs. So, cushions, stack up cushions, just whatever you need to get comfortable. So if I face them this way, and I want to be able to get as comfortable as I can while I'm trying to get my splits. I'm just going to let my arms rest here so that I can actually let my hips relax and focus on squaring my hips. Start to train that early on when you're trying to get your splits, squaring your hips. So you want your front knee facing up and your back knee facing the floor. Now, so chairs are an option you can use, especially if you're higher up, and even as you work your way down, you can use a lower chair or a couple of, low plant table stools or something. You can, as long as they're sturdy, safe, and not going to slip. So that's chairs. So then, the next thing I found as I was working my way down was that certain bits and pieces of your body dig into the floor a little bit more when you're not all the way down. So what I found was I got knee pads. These are not the most attractive knee pads, but I actually got these specifically for getting my splits a while ago. I still have them. And I'm wearing pants right now, but these are stretched out at this point. So I would put one, I actually just needed one for my back leg. So, you could put two on, because if you're practicing both sides, you want to practice both sides while you're trying to get your splits, so put them both on. But just using one leg as an example, so your back knee is comfortable while you're working your way down. So that's another thing. So you might have your chairs and then your back knee is now supported. Maybe your back knee is, really uncomfortable. You could also stick a face cloth under there too. And preferably a hardwood floor, frankly. If you only have carpet, you might want to put, paper plate under your back knee just so you can actually slide on the carpet or something, so you can kind of slowly ease your way deeper into the stretch, gently. So there's that. Then I also noticed the top, on a hardwood floor, the top of my back foot felt a little painful. I have kind of bony feet, so that's just me. And then my front heel, certain levels of the splits I found, my heel was digging into the floor and it hurt too. And then, your flesh, your feet on a floor doesn't slide very well on top of that too. So having things like face cloths or oven mitts, anything that can slide and is also cushiony are good. And then your yoga blocks, which could be big books or, really low little shelving units, something low and sturdy and strong. So I've got my front heel on one face cloth, my back top of the foot on the other face cloth, and I have my knee pad. And I have yoga blocks, which, as you may know, they have 3 levels, 1, 2, 3. So depending on the height you're at in your splits, maybe you're up here. Now, this is all great, but I'm still working my arms a lot right now. If you're not all the way down in your splits, you're still working to hold yourself up so you don't go and feel pain when you're not quite ready. So this is where the cushions come in. So firm cushions are good, obviously, and you can play with different size cushions. These are this size, and I have that size, and I have one of these, middle of the couch or front of your, top of your bed kind of cushions you can stick underneath. Basically, it's going under your crotch. I don't know how else to put that. Just the way it is. So if you're really, you might have seen this online too, tons of pillows, as many as needed. You shove them under there, you get comfy, and then your hips can sit on something. Now you may think, well, how are they going to get any further down if I'm on these cushions? Well, they're cushions. They're going to give. And you can also use it as a time to focus again on your alignment. So think about, I have my right foot forward and my left leg back right now, so I want to pull my right hip back and my left hip forward until I feel square. My mat is kind of in the way right now, but that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to square my hips. You could even try twisting towards the side of the front leg. Just practice little gentle twists just to get used to that feeling so that you're not opening to the side too much. It's not that this is bad, it's just not a true split, so you might as well just start training early, do it properly. It's a true split, So this, and then you can gradually take pillows away as you get closer down to the floor. Remember that one day you might be closer to the floor and the next day you might be a little further away. You have to listen to your body. You will get there. It takes everybody a different amount of time. Then you get to this plateau stage where it just never seems to change and you just stay at the same place for a long time. That will ease. You have to be patient. So all that being said, you can also, once you're comfortable, it's almost like if you've ever done yin yoga, you have to really just let gravity take over and not have to work your muscles. So yin yoga is a great thing to practice as well to get flexible, because you don't want to rely on muscles. You don't want to make your arms work. You don't want to tense your muscles. You just want to be able to find as many things to help you totally relax, so you can relax and let those muscles lengthen and then get into that deeper tissue and everything just starts to ease in. So once you're comfortable, you can try different things like rocking a little bit, or what I found when I was closer to the floor. So I'll use my left side as I'm putting on my knee pads because I'm on the hard floor and I'm going to be comfy. So my left side is not, quite as, I can get all the way down my left side. Not today probably. Nope. Close, but not quite. So you can rock side to side. So obviously, when you're almost all the way down, which I kind of am today, I'm not having to use my arms quite as much here. I'm actually feeling like I can just let my hips sink into it. It doesn't hurt. I'm just tight today. So you kind of start to gauge what's tightness and what's pain, what's too much, what can I take, you know, and just a little bit of rocking can feel good. You could also do little muscle tenses. You could tighten up your muscles for a few moments, like you're trying to pull your legs together and then release. And then try it again. Tighten up your muscles like you're trying to close the legs and then release. You could try that a few times. But ultimately, my point is, you want to be as comfortable as possible while you're holding your splits. Because you may be, you know, you want to hold your splits for maybe up to 30 seconds, maybe less. You have to listen to your body, especially your hamstrings, and your back. Your back is involved as well, so you're basically kind of doing a back bend. Well, not a whole back bend, but there's back extension involved. This front leg, if you were to stand up, your leg can do that. Everybody has different flexibility, but your leg can do that more easily than your back leg can go back. So you're doing there's quite a bit of back flexibility involved. You know, big arch back there happening. So you also want to make sure you do stretches for your back as well. When you're doing your warm-ups and when you're doing warm-up stretches, you want to make sure your back is included as well. Very important. So that's my few little tidbits. If I think of any others along the way, I can do another splits recap video. I will do a splits warm-up video as well. But you do want to make sure that you're warm. At some point I'll do a middle splits video. I haven't been down fully in my middle splits for a little while, so maybe I'll use this as an excuse to try to get back into them for you, and we'll work on it together. But just remember that patience is number one. You have to be patient. Use any and all props that you have available. If you can't afford knee pads or you don't have anywhere around you where you can get them, then put face cloths under your knees, put face cloths under your feet, oven mitts, a towel, folded towel, a low cushion, you know, and then vice versa, when you're trying to get your over splits, you can put cushions under your front and back leg. Don't do this when you're not even in your normal splits yet. I know we all have egos and they like to take over, but you could, I'm just starting with doing the low cushion as the example, but you could stack up some cushions under your feet just to ease into an over split if you're all the way down, you know. So again, you have to listen to your body. I'll just keep saying it. You have to listen to your body. Be patient. Make sure you're warm first before you do any kind of static stretching. And just, anything that helps you to just be comfortable and let your arms relax so you don't feel like you're doing some kind of forearm plank or push-up kind of situation or tensing your leg muscles. Just try to get to a place where you can relax and let your hips just ease into it. So that's all I have to say about that. I hope this was helpful to you. If you have any suggestions of things that you did that worked for you that I didn't mention, or if you have any questions or things you would like to see or have questions about with the splits or anything like that, any questions at all, just feel free to comment below and I will see you next time.